Fantastic. Well, we are here today with Barbara Winsky, Logan LJ Latin, Logan J. Latin.
Logan J. Latin.
Heard that. I mean, people call you LJ?
Sometimes.
Fantastic. And we're going to get into who they are and who they represent in just a second. I'm Michael Stoggsdale-Bricker. I'm the Director of Career Development here at the University of Louisiana Monroe. We're housed in a larger office that's called the Office of Career and Student Development. Basically, what we do as an office, what we do as a department, is to walk alongside of our students and alongside their academic journey. Right? Outside of the classroom, how do we connect the dots between the hard skills and the soft skills that we're learning in our experiences and in our classes to then make it into meaningful lives? And meaningful lives are predicated on meaningful work and great opportunities. Part of our mission moving forward is to integrate with departments on campus, collaborate with departments on campus, as well as create a culture and expectation for our students of employer interaction. Understanding the opportunities ahead of them, working with employers and getting a base level competence and confidence to talk with and explore the opportunities ahead of them. And that's why we have Barbara and Logan on today. So again, this is for the, I guess not again, but this is for the Risk Management and Internship Gamma Iota Sigma Employer Speakers series that is running on campus right now. I believe you guys are fourth in line. So if you all want more information about the other employers, look to our other videos. But on October 17th in Hemphill Hall in room 134, we will have both of these people here today to talk to you about JenCap and their, I guess, subsidiary, and we'll get into what this is, but they bought out also the Delta, I'm blanking again. The Delta General Agency Corporation. Fantastic. Both of which are in the risk management and insurance industry, and both of which are going to yield opportunities for our students, hopefully, in the future. Fantastic. Okay, so let's get into introductions. Enough about my office. Barbara Winsky, what do you do at JenCap? How did you get there? Give us a little background.
Okay, I got two questions at once. I love it. First of all, I'm super excited to be coming to campus. This is a new role for me. I'm Vice President of Technical Training and Development, and I am the College Relationship Liaison. And you did a really great job about talking about acquisitions. We've had about 17. We're only 6 years old at JenCap, but we are one of the top 5 national wholesalers in the company, and we're growing wildly. So I was asked to take on this role on 4/1, and the best thing about insurance is there's so much opportunity for growth and development. You can start one spot and go somewhere else. So for the people who are risk management majors, there's so many different diverse branches you can take. For the ones who are not, this is such a great opportunity. So many people are going to be retiring. You can make a really great career in this, and it's something that is recession proof, right? And it's something that was even in the pandemic that it didn't stop, and everyone needs insurance, and it just gets more and more. So I started my career a little bit differently, and I'll start this and then we'll give it to Logan. I did blood, sweat, and tears. I was that person at 17. I didn't know what I wanted to go and be, so I went to UMass, and I found the next frat party, and I had fun. And after 6 months, I dropped out of college. And I had 2 children. I went back to my 20s, and I knew that I had started as an entry level as a file clerk with an insurance company, St. Paul. I did the best I could, and as soon as I did the best I could get promoted. And I learned about rating, and then I learned about underwriting. And I went back to school, and I did 13 years in night school, and I focused on insurance, got my CPCU. By my late 20s, I was running 3 offices for an insurance company. So I've been on the retail side, the insurance carrier, and the wholesaler. I have had every role. I've been the only female corner office in companies. And today I'm a leader for JenCap, which is we have 1,000 employees, and I run all the training and development for the entire company and all the college relationships, starting our internship program and our new JenCap Success Academy, geared for new college hires. That is a 2-year training program that I will be leading. So you can take this and go anywhere with it. You can have so many hats, and that's the exciting part of it.
Wow, that's really kind of inspirational and fantastic to learn. Man, there's a lot to unpack there, and I think we might have a little bit of time to do that in a second. So I think one thing to highlight here is that your industry is not specific to one degree, but you could get an inroads into that industry by following in the RMI program, right? And just so happens that we have a ULM risk management and insurance alum here today, Mr. Logan J. Latin. Logan, would you give us a bit of background about you, your company, and when it was bought out and that sort of thing?
Yes, sir. Well, I started my insurance career at, Louisiana Monroe.
Love it.
Played football there for, 3 or 4 years, graduated December 2019. Actually worked at Amwins first as an intern while I was in school. Moved on to Burns and Wilcox, and now, super excited to be at JenCap, or Delta General Agency, and now we're moving over to JenCap October 1st. I've always been on the underwriting side. I know Barbara has a lot of different experience throughout the industry. Always been property and casualty underwriter. Like Barbara said, just a super solid, industry to be in, because, COVID hit and everything happened, and nothing changes for the insurance industry. It's always rolling, always moving. So just super excited to be, doing it, and just being able to just dive in and kind of wear all the hats, like Barbara said. So it's a lot of opportunity here. And, if you're in the Louisiana Monroe risk management program, it's a amazing program to be in, run by a lot of great people. So you'll have a lot of opportunities. We'll be able to talk to a lot of great people. I think one of the biggest things to do is just network, and really just talk to as many people as you can. And, if somebody knows more, talk to them, figure out what they know, and, pack it inside your head.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So first, I'll tell you that I've stalked you on LinkedIn, and you are a perfect example of leveraging a network and how to do that. So students, if you're ever wondering how to get off the ground, go to Logan, connect with him on LinkedIn, because I'm telling you what, I'm very impressed with the content he puts out, the way he presents himself on there. And then secondly, I think we all both touched on something, so we're going to go quick bit off script. But y'all both touched in on industry projections, right? Every day we go in and talk to students either early or late in their careers about the fact that they are not getting in the thick of their career right now. Even if they're a freshman, it could be 6 years out. It could be 10 years out. If they're a senior, it still could be 5 years out until you're in the thick of your career. Therefore, you are not looking at what your industry is doing right now. You are looking at industries in the future. Risk management and insurance is something, like he said, cannot go away. It is the backbone and the mandatory requirement for all business to function with, right? Everything is insured. And just like any industry, it has its subsets. So what does JenCap do? Who do they insure? What type of insurances do they handle, and that sort of thing? Barbara, can you enlighten us?
Sure. So we do everything from personal lines, and you think about all the catastrophes we've seen and the weather patterns. And not only does everyone need insurance, but we help people because we have insurance. The thing about being a wholesaler and we're an intermediary is we aren't calling on our neighbors or friends and trying to sell business. We find solutions for the retail brokers by working as an intermediary with the carriers. So we're finding solutions. We have every product line available. So you can do the bind authority for commercial lines, which is, transactional, the big brokerage ones, specialties, everything from construction to cannabis to product recall, environmental. We have programs for mini warehouses and wineries, sports management. So the other thing to think about is, what is your interest as a student? And think about insurance, because you can have a field and satisfy a career in something that you are interested in. And that's a good thing about being a part of a large organization like JenCap, is you get to explore all kinds of possibilities and call to what you enjoy doing.
That's fantastic, because that's another thing that we also talk about is the fact that, typically for my generation, the generations following, we're looking at 6 different career changes. That doesn't mean 6 different business changes. You're not going to go to a new company every time, but it may be a lateral shift within your organization or a horizontal shift within your organization. And so, no, we're not dissuading people from going to small or mid-sized businesses. However, if you're looking at the potentials there, large businesses have a lot of departments, have a lot of places to go in there. So that's fantastic. Absolutely. So Logan, can you give us a little bit of a window to view into your day-to-day operations? Please. Thanks so much.
Yeah, for sure. Mostly my day-to-day operations is working with the retail agents. So they come to me whenever they find a client or something like that needs insurance coverage, whether it's, residential or commercial. And it's a broad range, kind of like Barbara said. I mean, on a day-to-day, I work from, accounts that are as small as $500 all the way up to, accounts that are the size of, some small house purchases like $230,000, $150,000. So, I mean, you really touch a broad spectrum of things, and you see a lot of things just being an insurance underwriter. I mean, you see your mom and pop shops, and you also see, your, global manufacturers and stuff like that. So I think it's a great way to really just grow your knowledge about business, not only just insurance, but just business as a whole. You get to see a lot of different things and meet a lot of different people. And, kind of like you were saying, there's a lot of movement, with your generation and below, and, mine as well. And I think the insurance industry is a real good industry to kind of, even if you don't stay in it, which everybody that gets into it, they do stay in it. But even if you don't, you'll grow that knowledge to be able to, make that move somewhere else. So you'll always be prepared, I feel like, with an insurance degree.
Thanks so much, man. That's fantastic. And before we go too far, Barbara, will you unpack a little bit what wholesale means in this industry?
Oh, absolutely. And that's such a great question. And because the first thing for the people, especially that are not RMI majors, is there's an ecosystem out there. And the insured, which is we all might have a car insurance or a renter's insurance or homeowners, goes to an insurance agent, unless you're shopping online and going through one of those ones online. And the retail agent goes to their markets to find solutions. Sometimes you can't find the solutions. You might have a claim. You might be in an area that is high prone for flooding or hail or had some issues. So then they go to find a solution through the wholesale environment. And that's what we are. We're the problem solvers. So we get the hard to place risks or things that might be something new to the market, a new product that never came out before, or like cannabis, it's not federally legal. And it comes to us to find a solution. And then we work with our carriers to find a solution for the retailers. And that's the ecosystem. Above the insurance companies is the big world of reinsurance that sits on top of the whole thing. So we can't forget our reinsurers. So it's a beautiful ecosystem and it works really well.
Wow, that really helps. I'm not in RMI and I really didn't have a clue. So that really kind of opens up an understanding there. Thank you for that. All right, so we'll just end with 2 quick questions, and we'll start with Logan, and then I'll shift it a little bit for you, Barbara. So for Logan, for those that are in the RMI program right now, they're about to graduate in the next year. What's your advice?
My biggest piece of advice would be to go above and beyond in everything that you're doing in school. Whether it's interning, meeting people, you really just have to separate yourself from, for lack of better terms, the rest of the pack. I mean, you already have some separation just being in the insurance major. So when you go out into the insurance world, people look at you different. But if you really want to be great, if you really want to, make the big dollars and, just have those big roles, you really got to go above and beyond. You got to do the work that, some people may not be willing to do, whether that's, you know, your advisors, hey, ask you to go to this event or, you know, set something up for this. You can ask Dr. Berry. I used to be at everything, whether it was moving and picking up boxes all the way up to talking to carriers and talking to, you know, MGAs that came to the school. So you want your face to be out there as much as you can. Your name and your face are going to be the biggest thing for you going into the insurance world. So just make sure people know you. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So of late, our vein, our motif, our thing that we keep telling students is that we need to have a mind shift from here on out. High school was social education, teaching us how to be humans and work through the world. Now we're in professional education, right? You are not going to have your job without, I mean, you might, but most likely that degree is going to set you apart for that job that you want. It's going to set you for a great, meaningful life. Therefore, every class, every opportunity is a professional class, professional opportunity. And if you look around, there's plenty of people right beside you doing the same thing you're doing. Set yourself apart. I love that. Thank you for that, Logan. All right, Barbara. So let's take the rest of the university, right? People are thinking, they're seeing this video and they're going, wow, that sounds like a really awesome industry. I kind of want to kind of merge into that. And they're not in it yet. Whether they're going to shift over to RMI or if they're going to say, I'm going to get the rest of my degree and then I'm going to see if I can use that for transferable skills. What's your advice for those people?
Well, you know, being a part of University of Louisiana Monroe, you have a great RMI program. So if you're undeclared, it's something really worth exploring. Where I went to college for 13 years night school, there was no such thing. There's more and more RMI programs out there. So the fact that you can have that, and you can still stay very generalized, because remember, risk management goes in risk. You could be a risk manager for a large hotel. So you can take it more than just insurance. So there's so much in this here that you can apply to business and finance that well past the insurance industry. So it's all on risk mitigation and management. So I would say look into this because you have it available, and it's a really well-known curriculum that Dr. Berry has put together. So don't say, oh my goodness, it's a boring thing. It's not boring. It's very fulfilling. And if you decide, no, I want to go business, that's what I did. You might end up here, because I've hired people who are English majors. We need to be able to communicate and write. I've hired people who are communication majors and psychology majors, because you got to know how people think and how to work. So you can actually end up into this in any way. But again, if I could do it again and I had that opportunity, I would highly suggest risk management, but it's not an end all.
Wow, that's fantastic, guys. Nice words for our First Lady and Program Director over the Risk Management Insurance degree, which is Dr. Christine Berry. And again, these two people will be here, guys, October 17th, 5:30 p.m. in Hemphill Hall, 134. October 17th, 5:30 p.m., Hemphill Hall, 134. You can register for the event in our description here on the YouTube page, or just reach out to the RMI program or the Career Development Office. We are excited to have you guys. Any last words? Any quick things y'all want to do before we part?
I just want to tell people my advice real quick is be a sponge. Sponge as much information about everyone you can, find really good mentors, and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and know you got this. Have some grit and tenacity. Don't give up.
Nice. Well, thank y'all for being on today. Yeah. Oh wait, Logan, did you want to say anything else?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I know what a lot of college kids are wanting when they get out of school. There's a lot of money in insurance.
Perfect.
That's all I'm gonna say. Go walk.
I wouldn't say it's just students. All right. All right. Y'all have a great day, guys. See y'all soon.
Thank you so much.